All right, I declare this the most legendary Vegas trip ever. That's right, this is the encore to the most epic Vegas trip ever. That trip, my previous trip, was 26 days and 9 different hotels. This trip, my encore performance, 22 days and 7 different hotels. I have to be honest, when I landed, I was nervous and anxious beyond description. I really made a huge mistake, and here it is. I booked this trip in the middle of my last trip. Right when I was at full swing, right when I was having the best time. I remember I was in Vidara, and I just got off that amazing experience at MGM Mirage with the Tower Suite. I was feeling fantastic, and I was like, I gotta put my stamp on this city, put my mark on it, put it down in the record books, and then move on to the next one. So I booked this trip. But what I should have done is wait until those 26 days concluded to see how I would feel afterwards before booking another 22 days. That was a huge mistake. I had no idea the aftermath and the repercussions of how I would feel mentally and physically after 26 days in Vegas. And I thought, I would just sleep it off for a few days, hibernate for a good 2 or 3 days, maybe a week, and I'll be spry, I'll be chipper, and I'll get back and I'll insert myself back into the fold and be better than ever. And let me tell you something, when I landed, I was dead. I couldn't move, fatigued, exhausted, delirious, and I immediately got really nervous for a couple reasons. Number one, I was like, how the heck am I gonna film and do this? Because you have to be on the top of your game when you film content. If you're not happy, or if you're not in a good mental state, that comes across either consciously or subconsciously. And number two, I wanted to make this trip even more legendary than the last one. If the last one was epic, and this is gonna be legendary, I need to be in my best health both physically and mentally. And the second reason I was nervous is because I didn't know how I would beat the last trip, right? I always try to make sure my content is better than the last one. I'm always trying to evolve and progress and push the envelope. And I was like, you know what? That trip was pretty epic. How the heck am I gonna beat it? So I was ultra nervous, like I said, beyond description, but I'm feeling fine now. I'm feeling fantastic, feeling rejuvenated, feeling refreshed. Bally's could not have been a better place to start my trip. The best feature of this entire property is the room, and that's where I've spent the majority of my time. Thank God Bally's doesn't offer much. I mean, it's a great place. It has, a casino and some restaurants and some entertainment, but it isn't nearly as demanding as, say, like a Bellagio or a Palazzo or an Aria. So because there isn't a lot to do on this property and because it's so chill, I use that downtime to sleep. And by the way, this is a Resort Executive King Suite, newly remodeled. I actually did make a dedicated video where I give a full room tour, so if you're interested in seeing that, go ahead and check the link in the description below. But beyond being remodeled and fresh, the bed is amazing. It's the same ultra soft and comfortable bed that's over at Paris. There's a huge bathtub. There's a ton of space where I could just decompress and organize. And after 3 nights here, hibernating, I feel amazing. And I'm ready to bring this awesome content to you. I love Bally's. Bally's will forever be a special place to me. I will never forget Bally's. I have so many reasons that I love it. Let me tell them to you. Well, in fact, let me show them to you. I have 1,028 reasons that I love Bally's. Yes, that's right. I finally hit on high stakes slots. After all this time, I guess I technically did hit once over at Cromwell, another Caesars property. So these Caesars properties have treated me very well. But that was like $100. I think I put in 50 and cashed out 175, so a little over 100. And frankly, I've been over the high stakes slots because they haven't been worthwhile. In fact, they've been depressing. I've only won once. It was a small amount. I've donated money pretty much every other time. And that donated money, the money I lost, has gone so quickly. Like it's $50 in under a minute because I'm playing high stakes slots. It's $50 at $5 a pull. That's only 10 pulls. That's like a few seconds worth of action. So I was over it. I wasn't even going to play. Again, I wasn't feeling very well this entire trip. And I finished up my last night here, this night, at Subway. And I was like, you know what? You can't finish Bally's on Subway. This is supposed to be the most legendary Vegas trip ever. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go down, get a beer, go to high stakes slots and put in a little cash. And I saw a black diamond slot machine. And if you know me, you know I love black diamonds. I'm obsessed with them. They're on my conviction buy list. They're just really special to me. Just something that I like. So I knew this had to be the machine I played. The only problem is that there were 3 machines. I chose the one that spoke to me, and speak to me, it did. So I'm finally up on my high stakes slot ventures. I knew I'd hit at some point, but I've never won this much money in my life gambling ever. When I was gambling, playing blackjack, grinding out blackjack at a young age, I was very young. I was like 19 years old. So I didn't have a big bankroll. So this is my biggest gambling win ever, and it came at the black diamond machine here at Bally's. Bally's, I will love you forever. So how did I spend my newfound fortune? Did I have an indulgent dinner at one of the best restaurants in Vegas? Did I have a wild and extravagant night at a club? Now, I went to CVS. I spent $56. I'll just show you what I got real quick. This is kind of fun for me. I got a purple Gatorade. I call it purple. I guess purple's not a flavor. I guess it's grape. I call it purple. I got 3 of these body armors. These are quickly becoming my favorite electrolyte water. I got 3 beef jerkies. Good things come in 3s, by the way. I got a hot and spicy beef jerky. I got a black cherry beef jerky. And then I got a sweet chipotle. And like I said, good things come in 3s. I got 3 more of these protein bars. And last but not least, I got a turkey and cranberry sandwich. That's how I spent my fortune. I spent $50. I cashed out $1,028. This is going in my pocket. I'm not going to give this back to the casino. I would never do that, especially considering how much they've taken from me. So that is it for my first entry on the most legendary Vegas trip ever. My encore performance, 22 days, 7 hotels. I'm ultra excited to bring this content to you. Let's do it.